Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Check this out. As you know, for the last couple of days, Wendy Williams has been doing interviews on various shows on social media, sharing with everybody out there that her conservatorship is basically like she's in prison. According to Wendy, all she does is sit in a room all day, watch a little TV, and then eat her food while she's sitting on a bed, and then nothing else. Wendy also says that she's in an old age home where nobody in there is in the same situation as she's in. She's up, she's spry, she can do things. However, everybody else who's in the old age home is really of old age, and they're basically on their last legs. So she doesn't even have anybody in there that she can talk to or pal around with. Not to mention, Wendy's being socially isolated because Wendy requested for one of the members of the Breakfast Club to come up to visit her. However, when the young lady went to see Wendy, the people at the facility were like, "Wendy's not here, and we don't know anybody named Wendy, so you need to turn around and go home." Which just goes to show that they're taking away Wendy's autonomy, and even when she wants to see people, they're not letting her see the people that she wants to see. Now, we're getting ready to get into it, but before we do get into it, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because of course, once again, they got me shadow banned. So, I need you to treat that like button like it's bail so I can get out of YouTube jail. Let's get into it.
Wendy, are you incapacitated?
Hell f***ing no. Look, Alex, please address what has been going on with me. Alex, by the way, has actually been here, right here. She flew from Miami to New York, and she's been right here, and she sees the people, she sees the look.
Okay, Wendy, I'm going to ask you, slow down. Okay, slow down. You don't believe you're incapacitated. The Guardian has said you're incapacitated permanently and that you have dementia.
Yes, and
frontal aphasia.
You want to know what? Listen, and I don't know how much I can talk without being punished. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be able to see my dad, and I won't be able to, do anything, and I'll be stuck in this prison I'm in for the rest of my life. You understand what I'm saying? Look. My life is screwed up. The Guardian mess is... Please, look, I am isolated. I feel like I'm in prison. I feel like, they're trying to control me, you know what I'm saying? And everything that I do, you know what I'm saying? If I chew, they don't even... Look. My life is screwed up, you know what I'm saying? And the only thing that I can do for myself is I can keep myself a sound mind and body.
Alright, so really quick, let's pause for a second and take a quick source quiz. Let me know which one of these is the right answer. 1. Does Wendy sound 100% lucid and aware like Charlemagne the God suggested? And could she do a podcast right now if she wanted to? 2. Does Wendy Williams sound 75% there like she could live with her family and be left alone at home from time to time? 3. Does Wendy sound 50% there like she should be placed in an assisted living residential facility where she has some autonomy, such as making and receiving phone calls, freely having visitors, going on outings like shopping and getting some brunch with a home health aide, and also walking around the community? Or 4. Does Wendy Williams sound like she's 25% there and needs to be on lockdown 24/7 and also needs around-the-clock medical care because she's so incapacitated that her next stop is like a hospice? Listen, let me know your answer to the Wendy Williams source quiz in the comments below. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program.
I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in New York City, right? And by the way, my apartment has been sold, thank God, a while ago. But I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s, and even when people are 60 like me, hey, I'm sexy and gorgeous. I am sexy. Look, please, July 18th, 1964, honey. But look, these people, I don't care if they're 50 and 60. They have, there's something wrong with these people here on this floor. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm not saying something bad. I'm just saying that I am with these people. I am clearly not... Look, I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner right here on the bed. All right. I watch TV. I listen to radio. I look at the window. I talk on the phone. And by the way, Alex, talk about this phone, please. Alex, you've been right here where I am, so you know exactly what you're talking about. You flew from Miami to New York, and you were right here with me. Go ahead.
Yeah, and what she's saying is exactly what's happened. She's there in New York, in this place, essentially like what some would call a luxury prison, right? This is her room. That's literally her apartment. But the thing about this apartment, and you know this, Aunt Wendy, because you're there, it's small. She has a bed, a chair, a TV, a bathroom, and she's looking out one window.
My life is like fucked up.
Yeah. It
is.
Alex, do you think that there'll be some type of retaliation from the Guardian because of maybe this phone call or because of Wow.
We talked about that. Mm-hmm. My aunt, even with her wanting to come on, we talked about all scenarios. I said, do this. You ready for what's on the other side? And as she said, I have to do this. There's nothing else I could do at this point. She's prepared for the fact that her phone might be taken away.
What if they take my phone? I won't be able to talk to anybody.
Yeah. And, you all, what you're hearing now, this is a few-minute clip of what we've been dealing with for the last several months and the last 2-3 years.
Wow.
Like, what the hell?
She can get moved and we may not even know where she is.
Wow.
That was the reality of where she was during the documentary. We weren't permitted to go see her. So this whole documentary aired. Nobody's able to call her. Nobody's able to see her. The reason why I was doing the stuff with The View and Good Morning America was because she was nowhere to be found.
I feel like I'm in prison. I am definitely isolated. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And to talk to these people who, like I said, who live here, that is not my cup of tea. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, they're good people, but I keep the door closed. I watch TV. You know what I'm saying? I listen to radio. And I watch the window. And I sit here as my life goes by. You understand what I'm saying?
Hey, Wendy.
Yes?
Come on, you know what you got. You can't just end with we love you. You know what you got to end with.
How you doing? Shout it out. Once a week, you know what I'm saying? I got my son a car for his graduation from college, and it had to be approved by my guardian person. It's like my money is my money. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get my son, any car in the world, I've got the funds, and it's for my son. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. People were telling me when you were in Miami with your son that they were monitoring you in a way where you didn't even really get to have alone time, that they were always near you and in a way to try to control what you said, who said what. Is that accurate?
Yeah, excuse me. Yes, and my family can attest to that. Alex, you know the deal?
Yeah. Yes, there was. We were being watched like hawks, and there was no period in which I was able to do anything with my aunt or that I was able to witness anybody else in my family doing things with her that did not come without eyes on us the whole time, which was a very weird feeling.
I mean, it was something so simple, like, my son Kevin had set up a girls' day where Alex and my sister Wanda and we all went and we had our nails done, you know what I'm saying? And I bought a new wig and we had our toes done and things like that. And I was being monitored like a hawk by these two married a man and a woman. They're married people. They're from Miami. The girl, on my money, had to fly. The married woman had to fly to New York so that stay in a hotel on my money overnight, and then the two of us flew back to Miami for my son. And yes, this is all on my money. The guardian person is spending my money hand over fist. That I don't even have receipts from shit.
But I don't understand why you have a guardian when you can clearly take care of yourself.
Me and Jess are sitting here right now, Wendy, just like,
and I'm trying to figure out how you doing, Wendy. This is just hilarious. How you doing, Miss Wendy? I wanted to know what you want people who are listening to do? What do you want us to do? Should we tweet? Should we get online? Like, what do you want us to do? Also, Alex, what do you want?
Oh, no. I'm not going to talk about that. Charlamagne, Alex, you talk about that. Go ahead.
Well, we've talked about this, and that is, there's the hashtag Free Wendy. There's also a change.org petition as well. And also just making as much noise as possible, potentially, GoFundMe, whatever we have to do to make sure that my aunt is in a place where she is living her life in dignity. For the woman that she is now, that's what we're going to do.
Wait, I have $15. I have $15. What does that do?
Right. There you have it. And
my money is in prison.
That's right.
And I just want to underscore what you were saying, Charlamagne, as well, and that is, this is still a legal situation. So yes, there are things that my aunt just can't talk about. Yeah. There are things that we as a family can't talk about.
That's right.
But I think that the thing that we can talk about is the fact that my aunt sounds great. Yes. I've seen her in a very limited capacity, but I've seen her. We're talking to her. This does not match an incapacitated person.
Not at all.
And she, that's why we say she's in a luxury prison.
Yes.
Because she is being held and she is being punished. You know what I mean? For whatever reason that other people are coming up with as to why it is she has to be kept in this position.
I have all the time in the world today because I have nothing else to do but speak about this lovely gem. Look at her. Everybody give a round of applause for this gal right here. This is attorney Sabrina Morrissey. She is Wendy Williams' conservator. She has been in charge of Wendy for the last 3 years. She's the same person who said that Wendy was disabled, she was cognitively impaired, that she pretty much can't handle her own stuff. The same woman who has Wendy locked up in a little tiny bedroom for the last, how long? She sold her place. Wendy's gotten rid of everything. Wendy has no access to her family, no access to her friends. She has a phone that's probably going to be taken away from her because today she was on the Breakfast Club and speaking with Don Lemon about the situation she was in. Wendy used to be out here in front of all of us. She was worth, at one point they said, $55 million. Now she's broke. She has no money. But this gem over here has been in charge of her for 3 years. She was also involved in another case where she allegedly scammed a guy out of $5.5 million. And her reviews, there's only 3. If a person has 3 reviews, something ain't right.
Listen, this whole Wendy Williams thing is crazy because no individual outside of criminals should be forced to live in isolation where they're not allowed to see their families, they're not allowed to take visitors, and they're not allowed to receive phone calls. I mean, what part of the game is that? And guess what? Dementia's no excuse because I've had many loved ones and family members who've had dementia, and I mean, they were worse off than Wendy Williams, and nobody needed to put them into isolation. So, I'm totally confused as to what the courts are doing when it comes to this conservator, Sabrina Morrissey, because there's no reason under the sun why Wendy Williams, given where she's at, I mean, if you listen to her talk, she's not out of it. There's no reason under the sun why Wendy Williams is living in an old age convalescent home all alone. And especially one of those old age homes where they don't even give you the freedom to stretch your legs, walk around a little bit, and roam. Now, granted, we don't know all of the information, the ins and outs, or the nooks and crannies, but what we do know is that Wendy Williams has clearly said that that's not where she wants to be. Now, does Wendy Williams need a little help with her day-to-day activities? Sure, most likely. However, that's what home health aides are for, and also private nurses, and Wendy can afford one. But just for the sake of argument, let's just say that Wendy's doctor does not feel that it's a good idea for her to live on her own. Do you know how many adult senior citizens residential living facilities there are where people are living, where they still have a little freedom, they also have medical assistance, and they're allowed to receive visitation from their loved ones, their family, and their friends whenever they want? Now, let's just say that Sabrina Morrissey, the conservator, is actually telling the truth when she says that Wendy Williams has a severe case of dementia. That still doesn't explain why you have Wendy Williams cooped up in the most restrictive place possible. Because guess what? I have family members who actually have dementia. I mean, they can't even remember who I am. But you know what? I can visit my family members whenever I want. And my family has also created authorized lists that have been given to the facility to let them know all of the friends that can also visit my family members whenever they want. So, the conservator being like, nah, Wendy has dementia, so she can't take any visitors, is crazy. Now, I'm not a medical doctor, but I have years and years of experience working with people with special needs and also dealing with people who have cognitive disabilities. And I can tell you this, based on Wendy Williams' conversations with Jason Lee, The Breakfast Club, and Don Lemon, Wendy Williams needs to be in the least restrictive environment possible that can adequately meet her needs. Okay, so having said that, I'm all for the campaign #FreeWendy. Free Wendy. But I'm gonna need a little bit more information from the family, especially the niece. I need them to be a little bit more forthcoming and forthright and let me know what the heck is going on, because all of this secret squirrel-ish is not working for me. For example, have you guys hired Wendy an attorney? Because you know what? You don't need Wendy Williams' money to hire Wendy an attorney. I mean, come on, you're her family. Use some of your own money. I mean, for real, why in the world is Wendy Williams out here making personal phone calls to all her friends and cronies at different radio stations and also on social media to advocate for her own situation? By now, the family should have got Wendy Williams an advocate to lead the charge. And also, this is for the niece. You need to let us, the public, know exactly what you want us to do to help Wendy. Because talking to Charlemagne and saying stuff like, maybe we can start a GoFundMe, or go on change.org and fill out the petition, really doesn't help. Because number one, there are mad petitions on change.org, especially pertaining to Wendy. Like for real, we need to know which one is the official petition. Because having 90 different petitions with like 3 signatures each just isn't gonna cut it. Now, as far as like the GoFundMe is concerned, why in the world are we starting a GoFundMe? I mean, are we paying for the attorney? I mean, let us know something so that we can get out here and do something, because this right here is getting ridiculous. Now, I think we can all agree that we all want Wendy free. But in order to do that, we need a little bit more information and organization from the family. Now, as her family, I can't tell you what to do. But if I were you, I would have everybody who loves Wendy Williams on their computers right now typing up some ChatGPT letters to send to Kathy Hochul, Eric Adams, Chuck Schumer, and Kristen Gillibrand, asking them to look into this situation and also to do a quick welfare check on Wendy. Because believe it or not, these cats right here can override Wendy Williams' conservator. Because if you put the pressure on them and let them know that their next election might be in jeopardy if they don't check on Wendy, these cats can do some backdoor lobbying to get some things done to make sure that Wendy is placed in a better situation. Because you know something? If you can't go through the conservator and you can't get around the conservator, your best bet is to go over the conservator's head. Now, let me also share this. I gotta tell you, it just made my day when Wendy Williams gave her take on the whole Diddy situation. Watch this.
Wendy, you got fired from Hot 97 years ago because of Diddy. All these years later to see where Diddy currently is. What do you feel about that situation?
Right. Hey, when I watch TMZ and I see the stuff that goes on, I'm like, oh my God. And then all of a sudden I see me on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird seeing me on TV when I'm caught in this position. You know what I'm saying? The other day I was watching Cookout, and there I am in the first opening scene. I was like, oh my God. Season 1, episode 13, there I am on Martin. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Diddy will go to prison for life, people. You don't know things that I knew about Diddy back in the day, and you want to know what? It's about time, people. It is about time. Diddy done.
She still got it.
Diddy done. Do-da day.
How you doing? See, she still got it.
My girl said, Diddy done. I love it. And let me tell you something. As a native New Yorker who's been rocking with Wendy Williams since the beginning, I mean, before she even started blowing up Diddy's spot, it feels so good to hear Wendy's take on Diddy. Because, I mean, that right there was just a cherry on top. Yo, let's go. Let's get vocal and let's get organized so that we can get this hashtag Free Wendy on and popping, so that we can help our girl get out of this bad situation that she's in. Listen, let me know what you think about this whole Wendy Williams situation in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to The Source, your source for celebrity news. Peace.